Week 2 of college football is upon us, and I've got your 3 best bets. Let's go. Welcome back, Silverback Nation, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. I've got 3 great plays here for you on College Football Saturday, but if you want my full betting card, if you want to roll with everything that I'm rolling with, I have 14 plays for college football that I've sent out to Jungle members. These 3 plus 11 more. I have been busy. I have been secluded to the lab, to the Jungle lab. I've become the last couple days a recluse. A recluse. What word is it? You know what I mean. I've become a recluse. I have been preparing for Saturday. We're going to hit the books. We're going to hit them hard. If you want all 14 of my plays, go to silverbackjungle.com, click Become a Jungle member, or text the number on your screen, and my full betting card will get pinged to your phone immediately. Today and every day, we have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test and see if it's for you. See if I can make you money this Saturday. I think that I will. I put my own money on every single bet that I make. I send members my picket slips so you know that everything that I tell you to do, I believe in too, and I'm putting my hard-earned money on it. Let's go. Play number 1, Alabama Crimson Tide minus 7.5 in the first quarter against USF. It's plus 112 right now over on FanDuel. Now, USF beat the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats last week 48-3. Say that 10 times fast. Alabama had a win over Western Kentucky 63-0. They had over 600 yards total offense, and Jalen Milroe looked every bit the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. They had a close call with USF last year in Tampa, and I don't think they're going to let that happen again. It's a 32-point spread. They're a much better team. They want to prove that the Nick Saban era is done. You saw them run the score up last week against Western Kentucky. I think Alabama comes out hard with their foot on the gas pedal and doesn't let up against an inferior opponent that might be a little bit overconfident. Give me the Crimson Tide minus 7.5 in the first quarter. So they just have to win. They have to be about 8 points at the first quarter, and we'll cash that. Play number 2 is Texas Tech on the money line first quarter. So they have to be winning in the first quarter or tied. A tie will avoid, a tie will push. It's a great game. It's a game against Washington State. It's plus 104 over on FanDuel. So first quarter plus money, plus 104 against Washington State. Late game, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Both these teams played 100-point games last week. And the question is, will either defense show up? Maybe, maybe not. Both offenses seem really good. They both seem like they can do anything they want to. Texas Tech last week was the only school in the country, 132 teams, only school in the country, to have a 300-yard passer, 100-yard receiver, and 100-yard rusher. Their defense is probably not as good as NC State, although NC State's defense didn't look good either. But defense is going to matter more at the end of the game. I think Texas Tech has a better offense. And for plus money, I think the first quarter, second quarter is like a video game, and I'll take the better offense there. Give me Texas Tech on the money line in the first quarter. Now, everyone wants to know. I've got a lot of messages, a lot of emails, and YouTube messages about this the last 2 days. Everybody wants to know what side is the jungle going to be on in the big game. And Michigan versus Texas. And I have to put this one in the video because it's entertaining and we all want to have a side to bet. And it's good to get information from all kinds of different cappers. And here's mine. So it's a 7.5-point spread. This opened at 3.5 over the summer, and it moved to 7.5 after one game. That can move you one or two ways. Now, everyone is really panicking about Michigan's 30-10 win over Fresno State. Fresno State's a pretty good team, actually. Fresno State's not a bad team at all. Texas looked unbeatable against Colorado State, who can't play defense. Their defense is terrible. Quinn Ewers is going to have to mesh with those new receivers against a very good Michigan defense in the hardest environment to play in college football. Can he do it? People seem to think so. Over 70% of the public is on Texas, minus 7.5. The over-under for this game is 42. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I think that Michigan's defense can keep it tight. I'm not sure if they win the game, but I think it's going to be one in the trenches. They have a great running game. Can Texas shut them down? I think those big corn-fed boys, the offensive line of Michigan, I think they can bully not as much as they did against Fresno, but I think they could bully the Texas front seven a little bit. I think the defense makes a big play. And most importantly, when you look at where this line opened, and all the experts, all the books, had a 3.5-point advantage for Texas in the offseason. And after one game, just one game, a small sample size, one game, and it goes from 3.5 to 7.5 in Ann Arbor. against the defending champions. I know the team's different. The quarterback situation isn't the same. But you're giving me more than a touchdown. If Texas wins 27-20, if Texas wins 20-13, I still win the bet because I have 7.5. Give me the Wolverines plus 7.5 for a good price of -115 over on FanDuel. Go Blue. Let's get it done. And I'll see you tomorrow with a little more money in your pocket.